Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. It's now the 31st of October. It's Halloween Day. As you all know, I put a video up there on Sunday regarding getting boards over to marking with the BICC. So there's been a fair amount of interest. So just off the top of my head, without anybody getting involved, there's 10 guys want to do this. So with those 10 fellas that want to do this, we can do it no problem. I would like 20 or 30 fellas from around the country to be involved. It would make everything a lot cheaper. Okay, initial costs are working out at €120 a man for the 10 guys. So if 10 becomes 20, we'll half that, and if 20 becomes 30, we'll probably drop it a little bit more. So there's several things that have to be done for you to race with the BICC. I did initially talk about doing 5 races last week. I'm actually not going to do 5 races. I'm going to look at getting boards to marking for 2 races. Just because it's the first time we're doing it, we'll see how it goes. Nobody else has done that like this before for anybody in Ireland, so I'm going to get this off the road, okay? I've done it already before for myself, so we're just expanding the service to allow other people to do it, but you have to pay for it like everything else. So, what do you have to do? Firstly, you have to be a member of the RPRA, okay? You have to contact Mr. Robert Reid up in Northern Ireland. He's the RPRA region coordinator for Ireland, for the Irish section. So you have to become a member of the RPRA. That's £10. Secondly, you'll have to become a member of the BICC. That's £35 sterling for new members, and I think it's 25 for renewal membership. I'm not sure about that. Don't quote me. Check the BICC website. Okay, that's where you'll get all the information. Download the form you need, whether it be a renewal membership or a new member yourself. Okay, so you'll have to check that yourself. Okay, when you join the BICC, you will have to do what's called a Google Earth pin drop on the location of your loft to get your longitude and latitude, to send that over to Carol Francis, who will then do up your measurements for all the different race points that they have, and then you will be sent out a pack with the race program, the BICC yearly magazine, actually fantastic articles in it. You will also be sent over your race details, your distances. Okay. Now, the next thing we can talk about is courier costs. Okay, so this number 3, courier costs. Roughly, don't quote me on this, roughly it's going to cost €600 per trip, whether that's one board in a van or whether that's 100 boards in a van. Okay, doesn't matter, it's going to cost about €600 a trip. I've talked to somebody already about doing this, and they've agreed in principle to do this. We're looking at 2 races. Specifically, we're looking at getting boards over for the Le Mans race in mid to the end of June, I think it is, and the Any Age Guernsey race in mid-August. Okay, so like I said, the courier's organised. It's going to cost roughly €600 per go. At 2 races, that's €1,200. With 10 men that I have in mind, that's already €120 a man. The more of you out there in Ireland that want to get involved in this, the cheaper it all becomes. If I get 20 men involved, we'll say €60 a head, and if we get 30 men involved, we'll say €50 a head, and we leave it at €50 a head, because on top of your €50, you have to join the BICC, like I said, which is £35 or £25 depending on your situation, and you also have to join the RPRA, which is £10 yearly membership. So what are we going to do with the €50? If there's, we'll just say 20 members, and it's €60 a head, €600 per race. Per race transport is €1,200, and that will just cover us. Okay. If we have 30 members at €50 a head, that gives us €15 a head, €1,500, which leaves a €300 surplus. That €300 will be carried forward to the following year. If the same amount of people pay up to do the transporting, then we'll actually have €600 surplus from one year to the second year, and we can facilitate the transportation of boards to a 3rd race. Okay. Now, in all honesty, lads, I'm doing this predominantly for most of you guys out there, because I'm only starting again. I've only a handful of young boards here, like 14 young boards or something like that. 13 actually is what I have. And I'm hoping to breed next year a couple of early young boards to supplement that number up to 25 or 30 for myself. And I will be aiming for the Any Age Guernsey in August. So that's a good race. And the Any Age will allow you guys out there in Pigeondom in Ireland that race widowhood to race your widowhood hens at the end of the season if you so choose. Okay? So yeah, so that's kind of where we are. So we've covered the RPRA, the BICC, courier costs, and now we're going to talk about we've kind of talked about the costs of it and what's involved. I'm going to set up a bank account or a post office account or some sort of account. Everybody has to put their money into it by a specific date, either the end of March or the end of April. I'm not sure what the BICC dates are for membership, but we'll follow those kind of guidelines. So everybody puts if it's 10 of us, €120. If it's more, everybody puts in a reduced rate. Okay, it's very simple. That goes into the bank account, and then from there on out, the money will then just pay for the courier fees across the UK regularly, right? So, how is this going to work logistically? Well, you guys are all over the country. I'm in Dublin. For me to facilitate this with the courier, you guys are going to have to come to Dublin. Okay? So, I've already had contacts from Cork, Waterford, Derry, Tyrone, Sligo, Mullingar, Wexford, Kilkenny. So, I've had quite a lot of contacts around this, okay? So the boards will be brought to Dublin the day before the ferry transport. So if the ferry is going on a Tuesday, you arrive in Dublin with your boards on the Monday. Okay. Your boards will be brought up with your completed race sheet that the BICC will provide you with, and a bank draft or postal order made out to the British International Championship Club. Not me or anybody else. I am not handling cash. Okay. So you bring your race sheet completed, and you bring your bank draft or postal order up to me in Dublin the day before the day before the ferry, sorry. Now, two things are going to happen. You come up with your own basket. You must, because I don't have baskets here and the courier doesn't have baskets. Okay, preferably a pannier that your boards can be fed and watered in. I will have envelopes for your bank draft and your race sheet. We will put your name on the race sheet and a corresponding number or name on the basket with your boards in it, so that there's going to be no confusion. The boards will then be all loaded onto the van, and we'll head off then the next day, whether it be with me or one of the other lads that or somebody I nominate to do it. It doesn't matter. Once the boards go over for marking. The marking station we're going to use is the Chirk marking station in North Wales. I've already set this up with Alan Shinton. Alan is a lovely guy to deal with. The team of guys he works with are fantastic, second to none. Okay. In all likelihood, there will be daytime round trips, but there may be occasions where we have to overnight. Okay. So that's just to be clear about that. So I can't really think of anything else I need to go to, bar saying to everybody that, like, if you want to do this, guys, I'm going to facilitate it, but you have to be interested. The more of you in it, like I said, it can be as cheap as €50. If you think about it, as cheap as €50 for 2 races, transport to 2 races, it costs you €25 then per race to get 1 board or 50 boards transported for the marking. That's up to you guys yourselves if you want to race them that way, okay? I think this could be a very good thing, okay? We can make this work. The reason this has never been done before is because nobody's ever taken it upon themselves to organise it. So I've already gone ahead and had this organised now. So all I want to do is offer out. Let's expand this. Everybody is saying they grumble about the costs. If we work together, we can keep the costs low. If we get more than 30 or 40 or 50 people, we can look at developing it further from there on out. But initially, I'll facilitate this. I have it all in hand. If we all work together through me, because I'm the one doing it, then we can make this very, very successful. Okay? Now, I did just think of something there and I forgot to say it. If we're looking some fellas on one of the there's a couple of lads on one of the last videos worry about the type of boards they have for these kinds of races. Well, Guernsey is only 300 miles, okay, to Dublin. So realistically, Guernsey to Dublin can be done because we do Le Mans to Dublin anyway. We do St. Malo, Aloestra. They're all to Dublin, okay? They're 380, 320, 340. So Guernsey is well feasible for anybody with pigeons in Ireland. Anybody in Ireland can do Guernsey. Le Mans is a bit of a step further. To me, in Dublin, it was 465. So you can work out your distances from where you are from Dublin, whether you're further away or shorter than me. But again, it's doable, okay? I would encourage everybody to have a go at this. The biggest stumbling block all the time was the cost of doing this. If we work together, we can do it, okay? And I'm willing to put the groundwork in. I'm not going to benefit financially out of this. This is simply for everybody to get on board with. Down the line, who knows what can happen if it develops further. But initially, let's try and get 2 races this year. Well, 2020. Let's try and get 2 races under our belts. Let's get a couple of clockings for them if we can. The more boards in it, as you all say out there, power in numbers, the boards might come across, because realistically, most of the boards going into the South UK and into Wales, our boards then have to dogleg left and come across the channel, whether it be on their own or whether it be 2s, 3s, or there could be a batch of 5 or 10 or whatever, and carry on to their home lots in Ireland. That's going to be the big ask for us, but it can be done. Okay, it can be done. So let's do this. Let's work together. You know, I have no problem if anybody wants to work, do something else, offer something else, do something else. That's no problem. I'm prepared to take on the legwork that involved in doing this. So together we can do it. So let's do it. Let's have a go at this kind of racing. Let's see if we can get better returns. Let's see if we can have better racing, and let's see if we can have a bit more fun. Actually, there is one more thing. Only manual clocks. So T3, STBs, whatever you want. It's only a manual clock system. I'm not working on ETSs because sometimes we may have a daytime round trip, and if there's not a lot of boards, it means giving the boards to Alan Shinton and Holyhead, and we'll be back on the ferry and straight home. So no ETS systems. This is all going manual clock. You can put your ETS rings on your boards, that's no problem. You'll be racing them in your Fed or whatever you are, your club, to get them exercised and to build them up anyway for the races. But when it comes to the BICC racing, I'm not doing ETS clocks initially. Down the line maybe, but certainly for 2020 it's a no-go. It's all going to be on manual clocks. How that works is, when the BICC are racing on, we'll just say the race is to be released on a Saturday, you go to your club as normal, get one of your club officials to set your manual clock as you normally would. If you are lucky enough to clock, you go there, go to your club, you get your official printouts and your signatures on the printouts of your results, you photograph it and you email it to Carol Francis immediately. You then take your signed information with your club officials, your signed times with your club officials verification, signed from club officials, into a registered envelope and get it over to Carol Francis as soon as possible for a result, to get on the result if we're looking at the clock. Okay, it's that simple. We don't have to make it complicated. It doesn't have to be a big hullabaloo. It can be that simple, and we can do this. So let's work together, lads. I'm all for it. Are you? You need to contact me now. I would like to have names and phone numbers of people who want to be involved in this. And the simple reason is I'm going to do it 2 ways. Set up a Facebook page where everybody's going to get their information there, and it will be a private Facebook page. I'm going to be the only administrator, and I will get everybody that is involved in it, that I have their names and contact details for, onto the Facebook page. And I'm going to do a WhatsApp group also, because some people that are interested in this are not on Facebook. So there will be a WhatsApp group. So I'll have 2 ways of getting the information out there and how we're doing things. And then both of those will actually give us an exact number of how many people are getting involved. Okay? So hopefully, with the interest that's been out there, I can start this ball rolling. But we need numbers now. You don't have to commit to this, but you have to express your interest. And to do that, I need, like I said, your name, your number, and your phone number. So I can set up WhatsApp, Facebook, and get the information going. Okay? So that's what we're going to do from here on out. If you want to have a go at this, please PM me. Or if you have my phone number, text me. There's no problem. Private message me, text me, whatever you want. Get in contact. I need a list of names. The more names we have, the cheaper it's going to be. I'm going to leave this now for another week. So in the next week, I would hope to have a list of 20 names minimum. I would love 30, but 20 names minimum, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so that's hopefully going to be my next video. All right, talk to you later, guys.